Welcome to another day of Smoking with Joe. Today we're going to smoke prime rib. If you've never smoked prime rib before, I can tell you right now, you're in for a real treat. This is without a doubt probably the best piece of meat I've ever pulled out of a smoker, bar none. So yeah, make sure you stick around to the very end and see how it all turns out. And we'll also be giving you a discount coupon code for some great deals at bradleysmoker.com. So you don't want to miss out on that either. Okay, prime rib. Probably one of the easiest cuts of meat that you'll ever prepare for the smoker. I started preparing this yesterday. I basically weighed it and then I added salt and pepper and that's it. The weight determined how much salt I was going to use on it. A lot of people say a teaspoon per pound. Well, this weighed almost 3 pounds and I'm actually not going anywhere near that amount. I'm using a teaspoon for the whole works, basically a half teaspoon per side plus coarse ground pepper. Then what I did was I wrapped it all up, put it back in the fridge and let it sit in there overnight. So all that we have to do now is damp it off, a little bit of moisture on it, and pop it on the rack. So that's it. Going into the smoker just like this, cold and everything. So the smoker part is probably about as simple as the prep part. I'm going to give it 230 degrees for about 3.5 hours. I probably won't use the full 3.5 hours. But it's going to be on for 3.5 hours and 2 hours of smoke, and that's it. Well, everything's working as it should be. One little thing I did want to mention, and that was I wanted to tell you about the pocket thermometer. In this particular instance, it's actually a very important piece of equipment. This will tell you what the internal temperature of your prime rib is, and you want to pay close attention to the temperature when it's about 120-ish because it's getting close to getting way on you at that temperature. And also that's medium rare if that's the way you like it, and much longer and the smoker is going to overcook it. So you want to pay attention, and this is actually a very good little instrument to do that with. You'll probably also notice that I put the prime rib in there cold right out of the fridge, and the reason for that was because I want it to take a while to heat up to the internal temperature of 120 degrees because I want it to be able to smoke for at least 2 hours. 2 hours is what I have it set for. That's what I'm going for. It's a nice amount of smoke to have on a prime rib this size, so that's the reason for going in cold. But pay attention to your thermometer. This is the boss of me right now, so I'll be watching the internal temp in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just to make sure that it doesn't get away on me. Okay, the prime rib's been smoking for about an hour now. I'm just going to rotate it and check the temperature. All right, so we're up to about 105 degrees right now, so I'll be keeping an eye on it from now on. Well, that's why I use a thermometer, because it's done. It's done a little ahead of the smoke, just how it turned out. The prime rib got to temperature a little faster than I anticipated. So I'm going to let it rest for about 20 minutes in tin foil while I make the rest of the dinner. How amazing is that? So juicy, tender, it's wonderful. Smoke infused just the right amount. Just kind of awakens the inner caveman in you. Let me tell you, it's spectacular. And yeah, I would suggest that for your next special occasion, invest in a nice piece of prime rib, get yourself a great bottle of wine, and celebrate whatever the occasion is, because this is a great way to do it. Also, as promised, here's your discount coupon code for some great deals over at bradleysmoker.com. Make sure you get over there and check them out. Well, I'm going to go have dinner. This is going to be awesome. We'll see you next time.